It's Philosophy JKD back again with another banger. What I would actually like to have you do, what someone suggested, if you don't mind, if you watch some of my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Just give me a little bit. It's a new project for me. I got to learn how to promote myself, but I guarantee some of these things that I've said in my videos are going to pop up on other people's videos. I'm not going to probably see what those are, but if he heard it from me first, it ain't my fault. But what am I going to talk about today? Well, I know I had a perspective of what the One Piece is. I still agree to that. And what I'm about to say is going to shock a couple people because some people are under the idea that One Piece is going to end in a couple years, 3 or 5 years. I think that there might actually be a sequel. I got a couple reasons for that. Not so concrete, it's not so concise. But think about it. Out of all the Straw Hat people, which one actually is motivated by money? Nami, right? The Navigator. Outside of her, Jinbei is not motivated by money. He's motivated by liberating the fishmen, letting them possibly have a place amongst the world government. Frankie, nah, he's inspired by his love of building ships, of being the best shipwright there is. Sanjay wants to find the all blue, which is basically where the converge point that does exist in the world between the sweet and salt waters, okay, that was found. He wants to converge the waters so he can have all the uh, material that he needs to cook. All the fish will converge in one location. These are all altruistic dream type perspectives. Roanoke Zoro doesn't want money unless it's the drink. Roanoke Zoro wants to be the world's greatest swordsman at any cost. Luffy looks like he has a secret agenda, but one of the known agendas he wants to become the king of the pirates, one, but he also wants to throw the world's biggest party. Interesting. Brook is quite secretive. I'm gonna make a video on Brook. Not yet. I have some suspicions of Brook's actual origins. I wouldn't be surprised if he's from a family that is related to the Vinsmokes. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Um, Chopper has a dream where he'd like to be able to cure every ailment, every disease there ever was, which is very interesting because that was actually the dream of the doctor who he went around with, that believed that by having cherry blossoms to grow, he could cure every ailment, which oddly enough is a feat that was basically accomplished by Dr. Vegapunk, but was not utilized in that way. Very interesting. Robin, she wants to be able to read the poneglyphs. So where do these dreams and ideals align? If the One Piece is a perspective of the world where someone can see the whole entire universe, okay, as a fractal above it, knowing that things are going to happen, and basically be able to augment some of the realities or intervene in some of the realities that are going to play out before they happen. That's a very, very powerful tool. It can give you wealth, power, in reality, anything that the world could provide. But there's one thing missing. We're dealing with an anime that mainly operates with ships, ancient weapons that are living human beings that have the ability to manipulate um, animals, weather, There was a doctor, okay? His name was Dr. Michio Kaku. He used to give lectures to younger people, but he's a theoretical physicist. He talked about basically the degrees or the levels of civilization. If the Earth is on the verge of tier one, which I disagree, because we have had operations and experiments and technology that have been able to tap into zero point energy via Nikola Tesla and other scientists whose names should not be probably mentioned, but you could do your own research. Okay, uh, we've also had weather manipulation, not just projects, but now we have world UN legislation on how to use those weather manipulating tools, which could be viewed as weapons. Project Storm Fury back in the 60s and 70s is an example during the Vietnam War, United States. So we are not really a tier one civilization. We're a civilization that is bordering on becoming a tier two civilization, as Dr. Michio Kaku would say. Tier one have the ability to manipulate their weather and avert weather patterns. We have possibly, depending on what you look at, the ability to steer storms, okay, and also avert earthquakes. Oddly enough, why isn't it that ancient sites, okay, why haven't they fallen victim to hurricanes and earthquakes? But they've been here for thousands of years. There's an ancient kingdom that had this knowledge and was able to anchor that knowledge into something greater than a class one civilization. So the One Piece may have a sequel. Why? Because even if you had the ability to look down on the earth and intervene in it, you're still dealing on something called a terrestrial level. The ability to avert cataclysms or escape the planet and rehabilitate other places to start colonizing other planets. It's a symptom of a 0.5, 1.5, where you're going to the next level to actually prevent the mass extinction of your peoples. So, what is it that the One Piece is missing? Steering wheel. Something that lets the users of that change the trajectory or the direction of the planet. There was ancient text that said that the moon itself is an artificial structure where there is a dark side to the moon, but it doesn't rotate like the Earth. The Earth rotates around the sun in a counterclockwise fashion. And at the same time, it's in a tidal lock with the moon, so that the moon is really just affected by the gravitational pull of the Earth. It only goes back a small distance every year. So One Piece is looking like it's going to have a sequel. I mean, you heard it here first. I believe that the Red Line is very much a mythological thing, almost like Jack and the Beanstalk, which is the allegory of a pyramid or a Tower of Babel. It's also known to the people of Elbaf as the Red Serpent. Why is it that Kuma can't just warp himself to the top of the Grand Line? There's something going on there. I don't think it's actually a hockey based thing. I think it is a barrier with a permission based thing. And once you get to that particular level, you are at a point where you actually have the ability to change the trajectory and rotation of the planet itself. But in doing so, also have the ability with the powers of Joy Boy or the sun god Nika to move land masses. This would allow Luffy to have a uh, pan pan situation where all the continents could come together for a party whenever he wanted or permanently. And it creates a situation where you can have all of the Earth's waters come together and create the all blue. That is very interesting. It would make it a lot easier for Roronoa Zoa to prove that he's the greatest swordsman. It would allow Nami not just to be a terrestrial navigator, but actually a cosmic navigator. Nami may get severe observation haki, not just the ability to tell the weather. There's such a thing as space weather, and most people don't talk about space weather. Yes, the sun does affect our weather. We do affect our weather to a lesser degree, but clearly not as much as the sun. But we have massive comets. Some are hot. Some have other um, elements to them. Some of them are shooting out as ice balls coming from the past the Oort cloud where the snow giants are basically, and all that is like a bubble for our universe. So the One Piece is getting very interesting. I don't think that we're done with One Piece. So that's a good sign for all the content creators out there. I think we have a little bit further to go to solve this whole One Piece because in reality, we're dealing with a two-piece. And the fact that Roger had the One Piece and had been there but couldn't find the solution, yet was willing to give himself up to the world government, suggests they have something that he needs and he's not ready to do it in his time. Therefore, Gol D. Rogers' wish was to be available or there in the day of Joy Boy, at a time where the One Piece could be reunited with the keys to actually do something about cosmic level issues. Hey guys, don't forget, please, if you got anything out this video, please like it. You can share it. That'd be great. Appreciate that. And subscribe. And Philosophy signing out. Everybody have a great day.